Hi guys, in this review we're covering this BTC 5139 keyboard. This is one of those keyboards that has rubber domes, but it's not a membrane keyboard. Of course it uses BTC domeless slider, which is a rubber dome over a PCB design. It's a very snappy and a very high quality rubber dome feel. I mean, it's definitely probably the most, I guess, sharply tactile rubber dome that I know of. But being PCB based, it's not limited to the weakness of membranes that those have. BTC domeless slider always has Cherry MX mount, so you can use custom keycaps, but of course it uses incompatible wire stabilizers that won't fit any modern keycaps, so bear that in mind if you're planning to do a keycap swap. Because as you can see, these are crappy pad printed caps that don't really have the best durability. But yeah, there you go, MX mount. The space bars on these tend to be extremely rattly, so I did lube this one to make it not so annoying. A couple other layout related things on these boards. This one has the focus layout, split right shift, and the backslash key here while maintaining the full size backspace. And also for BTC, the 1.25 unit escape key, although some of the second gen focus boards have those as well. I picked up this Packard Bell version because I think this logo sticker looks really nice on it. There's also like a Wise version, I think, as well. A couple other OEMs of this. But this is like the oldest version. I think the first version that came out with like a simple bezel with like a basically no nonsense layout. But there was like a later version with like a pencil tray at the top and like keycaps that were all white, and those just don't look quite as nice in my opinion. These are probably the best looking models out there. Regardless, they're all pretty well built with a metal backplate. It's five screws. These come off easily. They're easy to take apart. It is a little bit on the lighter side, but it doesn't flex as much, so it's definitely a decent built rubber dome keyboard. And here's a look at the model sticker. This one's a 5139. There's also like the 5149. I think the 5131C. And there's also the other Packard Bell one with larger bezels. That's like 5179 or something like that. It's definitely not a quiet board, but it also wasn't as loud as I thought when I got it. But it's a pretty nice sound. I like it. It's very full. This one has a coiled cable, which is alright. I mean, not super big, but I guess it's better than none, with a PS2 plug at the end here. It also has the original warning sticker on it. Overall, they're pretty decent rubber dome keyboards, but the advantage here is they're not membrane, so they're definitely a bit more durable in that aspect. They're pretty common to find, but still don't pay too much for one. This one was pretty dirty when I got it, but it cleaned up pretty nicely because you can fully disassemble this thing due to its nice design. Although, as much as I do really like this BTC, I still like these Maxi Switch ones just a little bit more. They come with nicer double shot keycaps. The board itself is a bit heavier. The tactility is a little bit, toned down from these. Also, for some reason, I think these feel a little bit even less mushy than these, because even though these are definitely not mushy, although there's still like a very small amount of mush. But with these, I don't really feel any. Of course, they're both MX mount, which is nice. But of course, this one does sound better. I'm trying to think what else I want to say here. But yeah, personally, I prefer this Maxi Switch because the key feel, I think, is just a little bit more comfortable to type on. Because I tend to like miss a key or two when typing on this one. Something about it for me, I guess. But this one, I think, is a bit gentler, at least on my fingers. I think that's why I prefer these. Although these BTCs are definitely cheaper to get than these Maxi Switches for some reason. Although this one specifically is membrane based. Although there was an older PCB mount version of these. Although I do have the AT model of that, which I definitely like as well. And here's the other Maxi Switch that also has rubber domes over a PCB. So on the inside, both of these are actually very similar. But yeah, once again, this still has that really nice, I guess, comfortable feel. You know, it has a nice sharp tactile bump, but not too much. Although definitely these are a bit more sharper. But of course, you can get a PCB model and a 101 key model if that's what you're looking for. Overall, pretty good. Although I just prefer the Maxi Switches. These are still really great too. A lot of people seem to like these. I think that's all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and that'll be it for this review.